Everyone's making tier lists of their favorite leaders from Spiritforged, and they have done them with extensive playtesting. I think someone played like 200 games of Spiritforged and came up with the definitive tier list for Riftbound Spiritforged. But while these tier lists are super helpful and they make people think about how they're going to play when Spiritforged does release here in the West, I didn't really want to come at it from that angle. So instead, I wanted to make my list based on how much I like them in the game, League of Legends. I've been playing League for 8 years now, so I know at least what I'm talking about in terms of League of Legends. I wanted to present this new tier list. First up is the 10 out of 10 no notes tier. This tier is basically all champions that I would happily play or verse in League of Legends on Summoner's Rift. First one is Sivir. I'm an ADC main, and Sivir is a fun and versatile marksman. I think she's really easy to play. If you're laning against a Sivir, she can definitely feel oppressive, but it does seem like a fair matchup just because she does rely on her mana a lot and she runs out pretty quickly if you use it irresponsibly. What I really like about Sivir is that she can be pretty independent in lane, even if your support is off roaming or your support isn't playing in the way that you would like them to play. Sivir can handle being alone in lane, which I really like. The other one that I have in the 10 out of 10 no notes tier is Renata Glask. I think Renata Glask is one of the most well thought out champions thematics wise in League of Legends. I think her being this Mrs. Capitalism, Mrs. Monopoly vibe of like hot old lady who is in medicine. Her backstory is really cool. The fact that the way she was brought up has caused her to become this big bad evil with her big pharma company. She is thematically a really cool champion. She has a really unique set of abilities. And if you are good at playing Renata Glask, you really have my respect because her abilities are so unique and her playstyle is not easy. If you can play her well, you have my utmost respect. Next is the I would play them in ARAM tier. This tier is for champs that I don't necessarily love playing, and I definitely wouldn't pick them on Summoner's Rift, but if I roll them in ARAM, I would consider playing them. So the first one is Ezreal. I hate versing Ezreal in Summoner's Rift. He is really annoying. I main Caitlyn, and I don't know if this is true, but I feel like he counters Caitlyn a lot. Like, I feel like his skill shots are magnetized to my champion. So whenever I verse Ezreal, I get really frustrated. I don't like playing him in norms. I don't like versing him in norms. But if I do roll him in ARAM and there's not an ADC I would rather be playing, you know what? Let's do it. ARAM is one lane. It makes it 10 times harder to miss your skill shots. So getting him in ARAM is not a bad deal at all. The next one is Lucian. And whenever I play Lucian, I feel like Lucian is one of those champions where when I play him, I do no damage. But when I'm versing him, he two-shots me for some reason. And I just don't understand why. So he just absolutely bodies me when I verse him in Summoner's Rift. But the happy medium, I think, is ARAM. The next one is this is not my first pick, but I respect it tier. This is for champions that I personally wouldn't play in League, but if you play them, I respect your choices, whether you're on my team or the enemy team. The first one is Ornn. I feel like of all of the tanks in League of Legends, Ornn is one of the most pure. Ornn and Braum are both champions that when someone picks them, I genuinely think they deserve something good to happen to them that week. Like, I really hope that if you pick Ornn in your game of Summoner's Rift, I hope that you get a free coffee. Like, you genuinely deserve goodness in your life for picking Ornn in League of Legends. I also really love Ornn's lore and character design, and I truly thank Riot every single day that he isn't a sexy lady champion with same face syndrome. I think it's really fun when Riot make these interesting character designs. The next one is Rek'Sai. I need to come clean with Rek'Sai. I've been playing League since 2018 and I still don't really know what she does. Like, I know she tunnels and burrows, and I know her ult is like she comes out of the ground and assassinates you. I love that she is a cool void monster lady. Great. What I don't love is that as an ADC main, Rek'Sai will target me and dive me under tower, and I'm just trying to farm nicely in lane and in team fights. I'm not bothering anyone, and Rek'Sai really goes out of her way to ruin my day a little bit, so that's why she's not my first pick, but I respect it. I actually had a tricky time trying to figure out where to put Irelia on this list. Firstly, she's one of those champions I hope nobody on my team picks unless they one-trick her, because she's really difficult to play well. I like watching Tiltproof play Irelia though, because he just sends it every time, and first of all, his content is hilarious, but he's also so good at limit testing on this champion, which is why he's so good at the champion. I think her character design lends itself to that playstyle. I also really like her skins. She has really pretty skins, and she's the kind of champion that I wish I wanted to play and practice to become good at her. But I think unless I truly abandon my humanity, I'll never be good at Irelia. Azir is another champion where you're either really good at him or really bad at him. People that can play him well have spent a year in the hyperbolic time chamber, and for that I think they deserve to play the bird as much as they want. The boring champ tier is champions that I, as an ADC main, think are boring to play against in Summoner's Rift. Jax is the first one, and my biggest gripe with Jax is that it's really rude to block my auto attacks. That's my whole thing. You can't, that's rude. Fiora, I thought about not putting her in the boring champs tier because I think gameplay wise she is a little bit interesting, but lore and aesthetics wise I simply do not care. Like, her whole thing is doing fencing and being French. She's a pretty woman, I guess. If you play Fiora, I think you're also probably really good at League, but specifically only top lane, and you have a good knowledge of top lane matchups, but that's about it. The final tier is Please God No, which is champions that have personally traumatized me in League of Legends. If somebody locks one of these champions in Champ Select, it deals immense psychic damage to me. I'll already be tilted before we get into the loading screen. Rumble could have gotten a pass to be in the boring champ tier, but the people that play him are Hardstuck Emerald, and I always get flamed by them, so he's going in the Please God No tier. To be clear, he's not that hard to verse, and I don't mind if somebody picks Rumble, but I just know that they're a little bit toxic and they really shouldn't be at their elo. Next is Draven. Ever since I started playing League back in 2018, Draven has been my boogeyman. The demon that follows me down the hallway when the lights are off. This champion strikes fear into my heart in a way that nothing else can. Please tell me why Draven can do half my health with one auto attack at any stage of the game. Truly the most terrifying monster in League of Legends. I'm so excited for the release of Spiritforged, and I'm keen to see how all of these champs go in the meta. Let me know what you think of these champions and my tier list in the comments, and make sure you like and subscribe for more Riftbound content.